Sludged over, he says.
Thing is always the hardest thing.
Oop. There it is. Okay, he's singing about his game that he's playing.
We have like sort of matching tank tops.
We do. Hi, hello, welcome. Hello.
Hi.
Where'd my drink go? Did you steal my drink? No.
Did I never steal your drink?
He says now. Anyway,
You're hilarious.
happy Thursday. Teo, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, getting kid germs is no fun. But I'm glad you're here. Happy Thursday. Hello, Bo. Yeah. That's why I don't babysit. Among other reasons. I'd have to wear pants during the day. It'd be terrible. Anyway, welcome to Thursday night. Listening to him make himself an espresso over there. Just don't have a voice. Oh no, well, you don't need a voice to chat, so I'm glad of that. Welcome to Quakes Bakes on Thursday nights. Have a good show, I hope. I hope it's always a good show. I don't know. I decided to get ambitious. Gonna test my artistic skills. We're gonna test my new method of making puff pastry that I hope works. I know it'll be a nice, lovely, flaky pastry. Whether or not it gets nice layers, that's the thing we need to find out. No pants ever. Pants one day a week when I have to go in the office. But yeah, we're gonna try making Wellingtons. And then since I was making puff pastry, I saw this Royal Galette de Roy. It's kind of in the vein of Mardi Gras, so it's a little bit fitting for the season. We're coming up on Lent, aren't we? Or Mardi Gras is soon. Something is happening soon. So it makes sense. It totally makes sense. But yeah, I hope everyone is well. Grab a drink, get cozy, and I'm gonna get to work. Boop. And we got Stream Raiders going with the new event. So if you are a Stream Raiders person and you want those new badges and skins and things, have at it. Plus the funny you should say that. Because it was the phenomenal Tequila Hiccups that created my new set of emotes, which I am very excited to share. So please use them wherever you stream because they are adorable, and please show off his work because because he's great. Great to work with. And everyone go watch Bo. Bo was doing some Final Fantasy dailies earlier. Okay, so I am attempting to make Rough Puff in a food processor. And what I learned earlier from the first batch, I tried to do it like I do regular puff pastry, in that I mix the water and the flour and the salt together, and then I roll that out and put the butter in. I tried to do water and flour in the food processor, and then put the butter in to cut in, but it was too, I think, wet to really cut up my butter, so it took a long time, and I think it probably got worked a bit more than I wanted it to. It still looks like there was good lamination, I'm hoping. But this time I'm going to try it differently, and I'm going to put the butter in at this stage with just the flour and the salt, and get it a little bit crumbed up that way. Also, I can cut it into better sized chunks because it's not quite so frozen as it was before. But I'm kind of doing it like I would do a regular pastry dough. I don't want to blend it smooth because I still want some discrete chunks of butter in here. So I'm just going to pulse it, which I guess if you're not used to baking or using food processors might be as new a term as folding it in was to a certain novice chef. No, we're folding it in. I'm just chopping my butter. And since there's a mark here, he can throw away my trash.
I'll get to it when it's over there. Just put it over there in the pile.
Wow.
The trash pile. I'm enjoying my coffee.
And I'm going to pulse this. And pulsing it just means turning it on, off and on, slowly. One, because I don't want to overwork it, but two, if I just sat there and let it go, it would warm itself up and start melting the butter. So now I've got this kind of buttery dough. Yeah, that works a lot better. I like it. So now I've got some very cold water that I'm just going to throw in here. And I'm going to pour most of it, because you don't need quite as much when you have the machine doing the work as you do when you're doing it by hand. And I just want to pulse it until it kind of comes together. And that should be plenty. And that was so much faster than when I did it before. Hi, Fred. Happy Thursday. Welcome in, friend. How are you doing? So now I'm just going to tip this out. And I'm glad I didn't add all my water, because it's still a little bit too wet. But that's fine. We're just going to pat it into a nice rectangle with a little bit more flour. And then get that into the fridge to chill down. And make sure the butter is nice and solid. I was also feeling motivated to use the food processor today because I'm going to use it for 3 different things today. Oop, let me get some flour in my hands. Just going to get cup of flour over here. Tifer, hello, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. It's good to see you. I hope your Thursday is going well. Welcome to the Earth Kingdom. Please let us know what sort of bender you are so we can get you to the right dojo for training.
Hi, Tifer. You need anything else?
So I'm going to do like a preliminary book fold. Well, not a book fold. Just a regular turn just to get things started. Because it's a little bit shaggy right now, and I can just kind of fold this into somewhat of a rectangle. And of course you can be much fancier with how you make your puff pastry. You can make a square of parchment and place your butter inside your parchment and pound it out so it's an exact square, and then be very precise when you're rolling and folding everything. But all I'm trying to do is make sure that there's still pieces of butter in here so that they get rolled and smushed into a bunch of layers for me. I'm just going to toss this in the fridge on top of my other one that's already ready to go. Trying to just like cleaning food processor, but the food processor can go right in the into the dishwasher. And they sell puns and cakes, any kinds of cake you want. Oh my goodness. Angel food cakes are weird. Angel food cakes are just like fluffy sugar kind of stuff. They're lovely with fruit. And hiccups. Oh my goodness. What if you've never made a square before? Oh no. The illustrious Hiccups, who did these lovely emotes for me that are amazing, and making a little joke there because one of them, when he sent it over, was not exactly square, so it was giving me some sass about trying to upload it. And I was like, do I have any programs I can open this up to like take a pixel off of one edge? And I think I could do it in a kind of haphazard way, but of course he was lovely and amazing and just cut off a pixel for me with a real art program. Oh no, gotta repair the dishwasher. Oh my goodness. Unsolicited.
All over the place. Dishwashers are a pain.
Yes, they are. Okay. And of course, he's in the way. But...
I'm moving.
Okay.
Say hello.
So now I'm gonna make my duxelle for the Wellington, which is kind of a paste of cooked mushroom. I don't have a lot of mushroom, so I'm just gonna beef it up with a little bit of onion and garlic and chili. And I'm just going to use the food processor again to take care of that. Oh my goodness, that's another emote that I have in the works. There's so many good artists, but Kelif made a joke at one point, and so he's going to do that one for me. Or, he didn't make a joke, he made a typo. And just said quack instead of quake. Yes, the internet kangaroo that we all know and love. So, he's got to make a little duck lips saber tooth for me when he has a chance. Ugh. I always consider just throwing away the center part of the garlic because it's such a pain peeling the little cloves, but I don't like throwing it away, so I'm gonna sit here and make myself peel all this little garlic. Oh, thank you for doing those shout-outs, husband. I appreciate it. He took a break from his game to do some shout-outs for me. And my mushrooms. I'm using the leftover mushrooms from last week's stream because they did not get the best texture on them. I think I need to do them smaller. Or something. They did not quite turn out the best, which was unfortunate, but now I have them for making my duxelle. Oh, and duxelle is just, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it quickly. Oh, there's a T for quack. Oh no, this is just a duck. Thank you for the lurk, Hiccups. I appreciate it. And thank you again for the lovely emote package. I appreciate it. So good. He also did emotes for Kasky, for Wizrad, for some other people. There's all sorts of good art. And what online game are you playing? And there's my chopped up onion and mushroom. Ooh, Monster Hunter World. I've never played any Monster Hunters. I imagine I would be bad at them. Okay. I've got some leftover bacon fat from lunch. So I'm just going to use that to I'm going to start cooking this by itself. Which is also why I didn't care if I cleaned out the thing, because if there's a little flour in it, it's fine. It's just going to thicken my mushroom paste. And I was going to spell it. It's Duxelles. And I'm sure I'm not quite pronouncing it right, because it's a French word. Oddly enough, a French word in an English dish, but whatever. And then I am going to give this a rinse because I'm going to use it for oranges later. And of course, be careful when you're cleaning your blade. Don't slice yourself. I'll just sit there and dry, and do give it a good wash because I don't want any onion and garlic in my orange marmalade. Okay. Oh, I can also move this briefly and sear my meat. So I'm just going to make one large Wellington and then cut it in two, and that'll be our portion. So we each have a nice portion of steak. Should be plenty. I'm just going to season this with salt. Though in theory I should have done that a while ago. And now I can't touch my salt pig. You can throw away the paper.
Can't someone else do it? Garbage man can. He can smash it down. And stuff and junk. What's this random bread here for?
When I was eating bread earlier. And don't touch my prosciutto.
I wonder.
It is British. It's a British dish. It's a Gordon Ramsay special. No, he didn't come up with it. It's much older than that, but it's his, like, one of his specialties. You're always seeing it on Hell's Kitchen. It's always in his restaurants. No license. I am going rogue. Ha 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 ha. Just try to stop me. Okay. Let me throw my meat in the pan and then wash my hands and do Stream Raiders. So I'm not trying to cook my my meat all the way through right now. I'm just trying to sear it for like 2 minutes on a side to get a crust on it, and then it'll cook the rest of the way in the oven inside the pastry. Got some Stream Raiders. We got Teo's Rogues down. I guess we haste the Rogues. The Queen shall hear about this. What's she gonna do? She's like... Is she like 90 now? She's very old. And I wouldn't have wanted to fuck with the Queen in the 40s when she was like... building artillery for the war effort. But, yeah, these days I think I could take the Queen. Be fine. Teo getting 200 coins. Look at that. Teo is just sitting here reaping all the rewards. So y'all gotta get in here and help the battles so you can get some coins. Get your coinage. I still need assists. Bunches of assists. So I'm gonna throw in my flag bearer. And then y'all can do what you want. And now it's probably time to flip my meat. And stir my Excel. I should also season this with some salt, pepper, maybe some, well, traditionally they would use thyme. I don't think I have any thyme. I have rosemary and tarragon. They're also lovely green herbs. So maybe we'll just do some of that. And of course that also doesn't need to cook all the way because jokes lined up. You've only been asked to flip your meat 3/4 of a time? Is that because you always have your meat oriented in the right way in the first place? It's a good stretch. I need a new towel. Oh my goodness. Right, what I was saying. I don't need to cook the duxelle like a lot. I'm just trying to get some liquid cooked out of it so it doesn't make my pastry soggy. And so I just need to cook it out a little bit and then let it cool down a little bit before I put it in my wrapper. Because I also don't want to warm up my puff pastry too much before putting it in the oven. It wants to go in the oven cold and hit that high heat. Which I wrote down. Yes, I did. Okay, good. Make sure I wrote down what temperature my oven should be at. Okay. I can take my steak off. It is just nicely browned on the outside. There we go. It is still raw in the middle. But that's fine. That's what I want. And I'm going to take my duxelle off the stove too, so it can start getting cooled down before I put it in my pastry shell. And of course I don't want to let it just sit in my cast iron pan, because then it'll never cool down, because this cast iron pan will just hold on to the heat. Which is great if you're trying to sear meat or make stew or do any browning, sauteing, frying. You can also just transfer it right to the oven, which is great. But if you don't want the heat there, you gotta get it out of the pan. Also means you gotta be careful with your fingers, because you can burn yourself easily. So, be careful. So there's my duxelle, just lightly cooked. Just gonna set that aside. And now, I can start working on my filling for my tart. So I've got some milk that I'm going to start warming up, because I'm going to use that to temper some eggs. I am making frangipan, which is just a thick custardy almondy filling. I'm actually going to remember to do a pastry turn right now before I get too far involved with other things. So when I do a turn, I'm just rolling it out into a rectangle. And the nice thing about only doing half a recipe at a time is that it fits on my cutting board, so I don't have to make a big space for it. So each time I'm turning it and folding it and rolling it out and turning it over on itself, I'm creating those layers in between the pastry where the butter is, and then the butter, when it hits the hot oven, will turn into steam, or the liquid in it will turn to steam, and that steam will puff up and create layers in my pastry. Those should get nice and lovely and crispy and flaky, which is what I'm going for. I only do 2 turns at a time, and then get it back into the cold. Okay. So, on to my frangipan. Let's get a bowl out. Yes, Wellington Paranormal is hilarious. It is a show by Taika Waititi. It is filmed in and based in Wellington, New Zealand. It's about 2 police officers in Wellington, New Zealand, who investigate the paranormal cases. Very funny. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat my sugar and my eggs. I want to crack this into a ramekin. So I only need the egg yolk out of here. But I'm also not too concerned if it's breaking because I'm going to use that egg white for something else today, so I don't have to care if it's clean. If I was trying to make meringue, then that little bit of egg yolk in the albumin would be a death sentence for my meringue. But as it is, I'm just using it as egg wash, so I don't care. Now I'm going to get a sturdier whisk than this. Trying to find the angle. There, now you can see it. There it is. So as you whisk up your egg whites, it gets nice and pale and frothy. That's just because you're incorporating air into it. That is ready to go. Now I'm going to add my I wrote down flour twice. I only need one portion of flour. Which is a third of a cup, which is, this is a third of a cup, so I should fill it up. There we go. I can just gently whisk that in. Now I'm going to fold up my towel, put it under my bowl to give me a little bit more stable base to work on. Ooh. And now my milk is boiling. I'm just going to pour it slowly in here while moving it, while whisking, to temper my eggs, because I don't want curdled eggs. There we go. Now that the eggs have been slowly brought up to temperature, they are now safe from curdling, so long as you don't just do excessive heat. But you do got to watch it. And I'm going to pour this back on to put it on the stove to cook until it thickens. Should turn into like a pasty consistency. Okay. I'll pour a little bit of cream into my egg wash. Is that a whiz? Hello, welcome in, Wizred. The steak popping by when you haven't had dinner. This is supposed to inspire you to make dinner with me. But welcome in, nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And since you're a first-time chatter, please let us know what sort of bender you would be in the Avatar universe so we can get you sent over to the right dojo for training. And hello, new friend, also, Dak. I'm just going to say Dak unless you have a preference for something else, because I don't know how to pronounce that. But welcome in, new friend.
A little bit,
I hope your stream went well. What? What happened?
Look at matching tank tops.
Oh yeah, people keep mentioning the matching tank tops. It's true.
It's
true, it's true.
I'm gonna walk down here before I knock that over.
What? What are you... Oh yeah, please don't knock over my steak. It's the only steak.
Oh no.
Yes, we try not to have klutzy people around the kitchen. Waterbender, so you can clean yourself. Yes, we don't want to be stinky. Use your waterbending to clean other stinky streamers. I do love the idea of waterbending. Largely so I could go underwater and breathe and things. But for those of you who are new here, my persona Quake is a earthbender. And there he is, charging up his earth powers for the beginning of stream. But today, Quake is a cook. Okay. So while that's heating, I'm going to measure out my almond flour. Because this is an almond filling. That'll help it thicken up a little bit more quickly also. And some butter. I need some butter. Butter makes it better, right? Butter to make it nice and rich and delicious. I'm also going to add some salt, because almost everything you cook should have a little pinch of salt in it. Not to make it salty, but to bring out your other flavors. Oh, it is? Yeah, it's in the WWDIS. Is that what it is? What we do in IT? WWDITS. It's a very long acronym, and they don't shorten it at all. But yes, they're the same show creator. I'm going to turn up my heat a little bit and pay attention to this. Let it thicken up. It's almost going to be like a, if no one's ever made cream puffs, the pre-egg texture. It should be pretty solid, like a real thick buttercream. But I just need to sit here and stir it until it thickens. Because if I leave it, it'll become over thick and maybe curdled, which is no good. Oh my goodness, someone redeemed a thing. I'll be there briefly to see who redeemed the thing. I can leave that for a sec. Hello. Oh, my husband redeemed it. Oh, goodness. Husband. Salmon, radicchio, ginger, and strawberries.
This is an actual episode of Chopped.
Oh my goodness. Clay went to an actual episode of Chopped and found me a cursive basket that I have to cook with.
Technically, they made an appetizer,
Doesn't matter. And because I do have, obviously, a week to prepare for this, I don't just do one meal. I'm going to make a full beverage, entree, and dessert out of those ingredients. I only hold myself to getting every ingredient into the entree, but I could also I could upset my husband who has to eat it and make poke. He would not be happy with that.
you have to buy really high quality salmon.
I know I would.
You can go get it.
Okay. Get my towel down again. Well, I don't know. He gets the ingredients he wants, but who knows if it actually works out in his favor. Because I have to do something with the strawberry. Also means we have to remember to buy strawberries at the farmer's market on Sunday. Also, I had eggs, so I have to buy eggs at the farmer's market. Anyway, so here's it turns into like this paste kind of consistency. But it is it's more delicious than any paste you ate as a child. Lovely and almondy, and it's going to get some more flavor into it now that it's off the heat. Because I don't want to cook. Once I add my vanilla, I don't want to cook it because that's going to dilute the flavor. So I'm just letting steam come off of it to help cool it down. And then I'm going to add some vanilla. See the first several of those? I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract. And to go along with what I'm doing tonight, a little bit of this apple condensed syrup. And just... What stuff? Wait, what? New chickens in the car? Oh my goodness. Like inside the cab of the car? Not like even in a truck bed? That sounds loud and smelly. My goodness. Oh, yeah, I figured they were in boxes. Hello, green boy. Welcome in. Oh, yeah, we had such fresh, delicious eggs in San Francisco a few weeks ago. And of course, Clay says, we have them. He didn't eat them. He doesn't eat eggs. He does not eat eggs in egg form. But if he was going to eat eggs, that would have been the way to do it, because they were so fresh and tasty. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm just going to let this cool down a little bit. I'm actually going to put it in a bowl in the freezer, I think, to cool down. Because I want this to get cool before I put it on my pastry. Because if it's hot and it goes on the pastry, it's just going to melt all the butter in my pastry, and I'm not going to have nice flaky layers.
The wine's pretty good.
It is. I'm sweating over here.
Do you want me to fan you off? Do you want a fan in here? I could put a fan right there. Maybe we should buy another one of those tower fans.
Maybe. Okay, I'm gonna pop this in the freezer.
Paste.
Yes, it is delicious paste. And it's fully cooked, so you can actually taste it.
You've been fanned. You're dripping sweat on your eyeballs.
I am. I need a sweatband for this. I'm gonna keep one as a sweat towel over here, and this is a food towel. Nonsensically. Why wouldn't you just text him? My goodness. Okay. You could go drop some units.
I suppose I could. I got mini golf in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's 3 units. Teo would put 3 units down in that much time. I believe it says no ring fit disruption during the kitchen streams because I'm not connected to anything. It's over there. I don't have my capture card plugged in, so I'd have to shut down the stream and restart it again. That's why it says none during the kitchen streams. Any other time, when I stream tomorrow or Saturday, feel free. But not today. Okay, good. Because I think it does say it in there, and if I do warn you, then it's not refundable points. So, fair warning. Hi, Hugo. That is Hugo, our little black kitty in the stream. Welcome in. Hello, CL. What am I doing? I need to assemble. Oh, if it says I need to make that stronger language. That is a good point, CL. I will do that. Because, gotta watch Teo. Okay. So I'm going to assemble both things. This is also still hot. Okay. So, here's how we do this. Get a piece of parchment. Kitchen push-ups are fine, because I can wash my hands in between. That's fine. We've had this discussion. Okay, so I've got some prosciutto. You can, of course, use whatever meat you have. The idea is just you're making a little salty barrier, because this is going to go in between everything else, between your pastry and everything else, and it's going to help your pastry not get soggy, which is great. If you're real fancy, you can make a crepe to wrap everything in, but I'm not that fancy, and I'm not going to make it, because you can't really make batter for one crepe. So, oh my goodness, thank you, CL. Got my phone. Prosciutto. Picture of prosciutto. Okay, so on to this. Goes my duxelle. I'm just going to spread it out. Nice layer. And especially if this was all mushrooms, this is where you would have a lot of the problem with the moisture. Cat's probably trying to get up on top of his computer.
Turn it off. Your cat broke switch.
You can print out a switch.
Do you know where his thing is?
Switch cover. What's his thingy? I don't know where it is. And then we've got nice grainy mustard. And I'm going to put a layer of that on my steak. And traditionally this is done with filet or like a big old piece of tenderloin if you're doing a big one. But that's expensive. And I just bought some emotes, so I am doing a little bit of a less expensive version today. Oh, you made a panini. What's on your panini? I have never made my own mustard. Although I know it's mostly just mustard powder and vinegar. Mustard seed, vinegar. Yeah. Mostly what it is. But no, I've never tried making my own. Salami, mozzarella, cheese, and lettuce. Ooh. Sometimes a simple grilly panini is delicious. It really hits the spot. I would love some like fresh tomato on that too, but there's not like good tomatoes right now, so it's not as much of an option. And then I just kind of roll the prosciutto up over it. And it looks like I need more prosciutto. Maybe. Hold on. Brilliant idea. I have a bunch more of this Duxelle. And I do have more prosciutto. Because it came in a big pack from Costco. Now I don't have extra Duxelle to worry about what to do with. Okay. So I'm just gonna smush that all around. Ooh, fresh mustard. And also, Wiz, what do you put any sauces on that? Any spreads? So I'm just gonna make another layer of prosciutto over this.
Oh, what was that?
Stream Raiders.
Oh. When, what's your, like, ETA this is coming out?
40 minutes.
Oh, so I have time to make all fish.
Yes. Diet of a college student. Well, aren't you a college student, Wiz? I wish I had the metabolism of a college student. I've never had the metabolism of a college student. Everyone's like, oh, when you were young and you could eat anything. I could never do that. Oh. Okay. So now, I can fold this up into my lovely little meat package. Meat package.
I have a meat package. Meat package.
Vibrate more.
Whatever.
And here's my nice pastry from earlier. Notice that it went from like that real shaggy looking dough to nice and smooth. We've still got our butter pockets in there. Hopefully, because this is the one that didn't, that might have gotten overworked. We'll see. It's not going to matter. I'm using this one. I'm making sure to use this one for the Wellington because it's not going to matter so much. Since we're not trying to get a big raise out of it. It's just there for a nice, lovely, flaky crust. So now I'm just rolling it out, and I'll transfer my meat package onto it. Haha! You found them, CL. Okay. I'm just gonna floop this right over. And then fold my pastry over. I'm actually going to roll this end of it out a bit thinner, because since it's a double layer, it's going to take longer to cook, and I don't want it to be taking forever and ever to get crispy on the bottom. And there we go. And then you can just use like a fork or something to seal the edges. And if you're real fancy and you have extra pastry, you can like make little leaf shapes. You can make, some people like shape it to look like a fish for some reason. Some people will make like a salmon Wellington and shape it to look like a fish, which makes more sense than doing it for beef. I'm also going to cut a few little slits. You can get creative here. Make like some patterns. I'm going to try to do something fancier on the other one. But that's like a little sheaf of wheat pattern. Use whatever artistic skills you have. Try not to accidentally draw dicks like I tend to do sometimes. Not always, just often. They're unintentional. Usually unintentional. And then I'm going to put that cream wash on to help it get nice and brown for me. Just muscle memory. I have been taking some pictures that are... I've been finding art that other people have done and trying to like base things off of it. Like I drew a little doodle for an emote for Setsuna, based off of a typo. Everything comes off of typos. They give me my best ideas. But I like just copied his glare look and his dab arms, and I drew a little glaive into it, so it turned from Setsu Glare into Setsu Glaive. And it was cute, but it's nothing I could have produced on my own. I just truly just copied some pieces of other people's art, because that's about as good as I can do. And of course, folks, if you're gonna copy some art, always give the artist credit. They work hard. I didn't work hard. I just did some copying. Okay, and this is ready to go in the oven. I can also actually put some flaky salt on that. And it's unfortunate that CL's not coming over for dinner tonight, because he gave us this flaky salt. And so I love serving this flaky salt to him. Flex again! Oh, it was green. Wow. Okay. It's a good stretch time anyway. Oh no! CL, you were the best with that photo redeem. What? Pylons of interest. Oh. Let me do that Stream Raiders before we get dessert put together. Let's do that. I'm gonna get my French pan out of the freezer before it gets too cold. also, there's an apple somewhere around here. Oh, it's right here in front of my face. If you ever have an apple whiz, a few slices of apple is also strangely nice on a panini. Mark got one. Ooh, scrolls. We got a lot of scrolls. Aha. I still need to progress these quests. Set battle plans, kill armored units, get assists. I need to kill armored units and get assists. Okay. See, the scorpions are armored units. I don't see any scorpions. So we're going to throw our flag bearer right in the middle. Does that count as my... Oh, it does count. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so I've got my apples, and I'm just going to give them a nice thin slice. And miracle of miracles, I remembered to get out not just one, but 2 baking sheets, since I needed 2 baking sheets. And as you can see, I'm doing this on the same cutting board as all this raw flour, so do not eat these apple slices raw. Unless you're Hoop. Hoop has special dispensation. Hoop is allowed.
55 is pretty low, right? 55? That seems pretty low.
Because we're going to protect... Hoop is protected from salmonella somehow. So I get my other sheet of pastry out. And this one I'm going to cut in half. Because I need 2 rounds of pastry. So I'm going to take this out to a rectangle-ish. And of course, if you're not feeling motivated to make your own puff, feel free to buy it. You can get it in the frozen section at the supermarket. It is perfectly good. It's funny, I was watching another cooking streamer earlier today, and he was making fresh French fries and chopping them all up, and someone's like, I just buy French fries now frozen and cook them that way. He's like, I'm a professional chef, I can't do that, I lose all my cred. Okay, I've got these. As long as you toast your flour before, then that's fine, CL. Hello, Eros, welcome in, happy Thursday, how are you doing? I use this as a general guide. This is an 8-inch circle. I want a 9-inch circle, so I'm just going to go a little bit bigger than this. And in theory, I can do something else with this extra. We'll see. We'll see what I get motivated to do. I could actually just use that to make some extra, like, apple things because I don't think I'm going to use all this apple. So, we'll see. Don't throw it out. Just if you have extra, you can use extra. So I have a beef Wellington in the oven, and now I'm using the other part of my puff pastry to make a royal galette. So I've got a circle of puff here. I'm putting on the frangipan that we made. A nice thick layer. Spread it out nice and evenly. I'm going to put some slices of apple on here, which is why I use the apple syrup to flavor it. I think I might have a little too much, but that's fine. I'll just take some off. Use that with my dough scraps. And if you really feel like it, the person I got the inspiration from for this used a piping bag to make sure they had a nice even layer. I didn't feel like cleaning a piping bag. I saw no reason for this because they just smoothed it out afterwards anyway. So take an extra 30 seconds and don't use a piping bag. Okay, so our we're making it a royal galette, kind of like a king cake. So we're taking one piece of almond and putting it in here, and then whoever gets this slice is king for the day. Although you can just be you can be naughty and put a whole mess of them in there if you want. But that's the idea behind it. It's like a king cake. So I'm just going to cover this all with apple slices. A nice little rosette. And these are nice and thin. And they're pretty fresh apples. It's nice. It's good apple season right now. And we have local apple farmers. So the apples you get here are pretty good. Okay. There's my, got some bonus apple over here. So now I need to I should have put that on a parchment also. Whoops. It's all right. Just gonna transfer it right over. And then take my other half of my pastry and roll that out. And we want this a little bit bigger than the first one, because it's got to go on top and cover up all of our lovely fillings. Do the same thing, but I'll give it a bigger... I do have a silpat, which I love. My big thing about silpats is that it's not... I like having reusable things, so I don't have to... I mean, I do have parchment around just in case I need it for things, but when I can reuse, I like to. Okay, so that's going to go right on top. Circle around, and then I watched someone do... Oops, Want to get the air out of there.
Oh, dang it.
See if I can do this. They pinched and then used the back of their knife. I don't want to use my knife because I'm on a sill pad and I have cut a sill pad before. So I'm going to use one of my spatulas. And then just pull it in to make a little design around the outside. That looks nice. It's like a little sunflower. That's kind of nice. And then go back to the knife and you can make a little design in the top.
Those gummy bears have short skills.
Then I've got that same cream wash to go on top, which is my leftover egg plus some cream. Though instead of putting salt on top of that one, I'll put sugar on top. Hi, Viridian, welcome in. Oh, and I need to take a photo, and I need to do some squats. Photo. Done. Squats done. Whee! Okay. Now, since I have some extra pastry, and I have some extra... I can actually throw this in, because this needs, like, also 40 minutes. But I have extra pastry, so I'm going to roll that out again. And use my extra frangipan to make some little apple tarts, because why not? Coming to kidnap the food? No, whiz! You cannot kidnap the food, you can absolutely share with us. I do love to cook for guests. So if you're ever in the area, come by and I will feed you. Okay. So now I'm going to cut that into 4 roughly even square shapes. Only child sharing is weird. Half or it's wrong. Oh no! I'll teach you how to share. Okay. I'm gonna make some little slits in here. These are not gonna be the neatest pastries I've ever made, but it's alright. They're still gonna taste good. And that's why my cooking show is called It's Good Enough!
Yes!
Hello, husband, I hear you.
I made the putt, a really good one.
Okay, so I'm going to fold these over, make like a little parcel in here. And of course these would look much nicer if they were actual squares, but we had scraps of dough. So we're doing the best we got. See, yes, CL can confirm. Do we have, what are we doing? We got 15 minutes on Stream Raiders. Perfect, okay. So I'm just gonna divide, put my, extra frangipane in here. And it doesn't matter if it heaps up over, because it is puff pastry, so it'll puff up over top. And if it spills over a little bit, I don't care. I will always take some extra frangipane, because it is delicious. It is not going to be as almondy as frangipane that you might get in like an almond croissant, because I didn't put extra almond extract in it. But I am going to top these with my bonus apple slices. And if any of them are too thick, just give them all a slice down the middle. I'm not going to bother with the cream wash on these because there's so little exposed dough. But I am going to give them a little sprinkle of sugar.
That was close.
Oh, okay. Let me get these going and then I will explain. Gather my thoughts. I can also like throw some cinnamon on here. I don't know if I have any cinnamon. That nutmeg. Let's throw some nutmeg on. Why not? Let's go wild. Okay, so frangipane. It's kind of like a. It's kind of like a very thick custard. So imagine custard, but it has some cooked flour and almonds. And almond meal in it to make it thick, like a paste. When it cooks, it gets nice and brown and bubbly.
Good luck. This looks terrible. As a whole, it's hilarious.
But it's basically made the same as a custard. So you whisk together eggs and sugar to get some air into it. Then you temper in hot milk to cook the eggs a little bit to get it thick, and then you help it get thicker with your almond meal and your flour, and it's kind of like if you're making cream puffs. It's a similar texture to the dough before you add, well, even after you add, similar texture to the dough that you use to make cream puffs. Yeah, it's real smooth and nice. And then I added, it usually has a bunch of almond extract in it to make it extra almondy. But I added instead some vanilla and some condensed apple syrup because I knew I was putting the apples onto it, so I wanted to put the apple syrup into it just to reinforce that apple flavor. So it'll be almondy and appley. But generally, frangipane is what they use to make almond croissants. If you cooked it and thickened it even more and put a lot more almond stuff into it, it would eventually turn into marzipan, I think. So it's like a creamier marzipan. Okay, so that's everything in the oven. So now I can, wait, what's my timer at? I'm gonna start some green beans. The green beans are gonna take very little time. I wanted to do those right before we serve. Amazon, set 30-minute timer. Okay, that'll be my dessert timer. I'm gonna move a bunch of this stuff. And I'm just gonna flip that over. And now I'm gonna start my marmalade. Because I have a bunch of oranges that are going bad. Because I can't use them fast enough. So I'm gonna make some marmalade. So, all I'm gonna do is cut my oranges in quarters, and then I'm going to let's see. Let's get the food processor ready again.
It's not going to come out. I'm way too far. I don't know. The hole in one play has to be going straight at it in some fashion. Probably up your orange. Because you can hit this.
Actually, don't need this yet, because it's not until after I blend.
The longer it's not going to
Kitchen gone wild. So, I'm going to take out the meat of my oranges and put them in the food processor.
You didn't get to the wall?
So that's my process. Now I'm just going to do that with a lot more oranges.
You go out the wall. I hit the wall.
I actually dig through my oranges and find the ones that are... That, despite looking like an orange, is a Meyer lemon. I'm going to figure out how many oranges I can do this with. I'm going to do a whole mess of them. Because our counter is completely covered in oranges right now. So I'm basically going to be doing this for 10-ish minutes until Stream Raiders is ready. And until my Wellington is ready to come out of the fridge. You can put the seeds in because you're going to strain them out and it won't matter too much. But if you don't want that extra kind of bitterness, then you can take your oranges, you can take your seeds all out.
This slows it down.
Goodness, the husband is louder than me over there. I wonder if it's going to be easier just to peel off. Oh my goodness, that's easier. Just to peel it off instead of trying to use the knife. I'm silly. I've learned a thing already. Love it. Love it. Which means I can just truly quickly quarter up all these oranges and then just peel it off with my fingers. Goodness. I've got a... that's a lemon also. I gotta put the lemons somewhere else. Because I do want some lemon in here. But not a whole lot. Knives are fun! It's almost like I have a knife emote or something. Oh my goodness. Eros, I am the same way, honestly. Before the stream, I sat there for like... I was talking to someone about how long you take to prepare for streams. And I was like, it seems like no matter how much time I take, I always forget something, like to get out a bowl, or to find an ingredient, or I've forgotten to like defrost my meat, or my eggs, or whatever. This one's being a butt. Oh, I should be putting my... But yeah, I took half an hour or more before stream to write out all the steps of what I was doing, so I knew what order to do everything in. Because I knew that I needed to get my stuff in the oven. I needed to get my 2 pastries in the oven, not too far apart from each other, because they're going to need about the same amount of time to cook. I know I only need a little bit of time for my green beans, and so I want to wait on those because I don't want to overcook them. I knew I needed to fill some space because I was going to have 30 to 40 minutes of just stuff in the oven, in which I was going to have, like, not content. So I'm like, what am I going to do during that 30 minutes while I'm waiting for stuff to bake? And so that's kind of why I decided to do the marmalade today, because I have had all these oranges that I've been meaning to do it. And I was just going to do it off stream, but I'm like, I'm going to have some time to just be slicing and peeling oranges. Yes, I totally feel you, Wiz. What do you stream besides art, Wiz? I had it in my head briefly that you stream maybe Celeste or Kaizo, but I'm like, I know a million other artists that do Celeste and or Kaizo. So, but yes, I watched a lot of people make Wellingtons, and I planned out all the steps. If I was ever to go on a baking show, like, I would have to over-prepare. I'd be one of those people who went on with, like, a spreadsheet that had all of their steps lined out so they knew when to do what, and when they were behind, and what they needed to catch up on, and where they could save time, and yeah. I'd be one of those. Because I would have to be, or else I would get just completely lost and turned around. I've got more oranges than I know what to do with. Thank you for the lurk, Eros. Everything except... Oh, you don't stream art. Sorry. I always think you stream art because I'm always seeing references to the banger emote that Hiccups did for you. I think Hiccups? Was it Hiccups? Yeah. So I just always associate you with art and that emote. Oh, you played Beat Saber? I was playing Beat Saber earlier. I have not gotten the wherewithal to stream it yet. I don't have, like, a 3D model for Quake, so I don't know if I would VTube Beat Saber. I have seen people stream Beat Saber with just a regular camera, and I kind of feel like I would do that. But also Beat Saber is on Clay's computer and not mine, because I bought him the Oculus for Christmas a couple of years ago. And I usually need his help getting it set up, and I haven't figured all that out yet. He has actually streamed Beat Saber a couple of times. Indie RPGs, what good RPGs have you played lately? Because when I play games, I'm playing indies and RPGs. I'm playing Mercenaries Blaze right now. I think I'm getting close to finishing one path, and there are 2 paths. I think there's only 2 paths. It seems like there's only 2 paths. But that's a tactical RPG. I know Setsuna's been playing War of the Lions, and I played that
The ones on the left are definitely harder to
before I got my Switch, so it's been like 5 years. I was playing it on my iPad, and then my car got broken into and my iPad was stolen, so I never got around to finishing it. Right? But now there are rumors that it's being remastered and it's going to be released on Switch. Because I've gone back and tried to play it like mobily, and the UI is kind of bad on the iPad because Clay still has his, and so I've never like wanted to go back and finish it. But I've been watching Setsuna play it, and I'm like, I would definitely play this again if I had the right like setup for it. Played Amari, Wander Song. Okay, I didn't play any of those. I just got one that was on Steam. What's it called? It looks pretty cool. It's another tactics RPG that I just bought because it was like 54% off. So, can't pass that up. So I've already got my next one. I've got one that I'm planning on playing soon because I'm coming up on 500 follows, and I was going to do a special 500 follower stream because I have a second... I have a Steam code because I bought the game and then later I bought a Humble Bundle that had the game in it, so I have a second copy. So when we get to 500 follows, I'm going to do that special celebration stream and do a raffle and give away a game. I'm very excited because I think I'm only like 3 or 4 away now. Borderlands is the remastered version. No, they were going to do another one like on the Switch. They were going to remaster it or something. I don't know. I thought it was the War of the Lions version of Tactics. It might be a different Final Fantasy Tactics. I hope it's War of the Lions because that's the one I haven't finished. I played the original. Probably not the original. I played the 2 that were on DS. Or I guess it was even on SP. I played the first one on SP. And then I played A2. So I guess I played Tactics Advance and Tactics A2. Okay. That looks pretty good. I need a tail. But yes, there's rumors of a remastered, re-released, updated, whatever version of a Final Fantasy Tactics game for the Switch next year. Oh. That's interesting. Okay. I don't want Van in Tactics. I didn't even finish 12. 11. 12. 12 Zodiac Age. I didn't finish Zodiac Age quite. I got close. I got to the end. Enjoy your dinner. Recover, Teo. Don't stop dropping units. Because we need all the units. Although, I think CL was going to overtake you today, right now. Oop! There it is. I almost forgot.
If you can't make that, you don't deserve to win.
We got these cool statues going on. After 30 seconds, Poseidon summons the Kraken, summons allies and enemies. What? I love it. It's amazing.
Oh, there's trophies.
Okay. I think we want to keep going to the fancy ones. The little... They got the Greek drama masks. Did I get any assists in that? I wasn't paying attention.
Have fun.
Keep dropping the flag bearer. Because I need assists!
Oh no, there's a ledge. There's a ledge. But why? You hit these things. Why can't you just hit it straight forward? It doesn't look like if you hit it too hard, you're gonna have any.
Okay. So. This... I can smell whatever. I can smell whatever's in the oven. I know what's in the oven. I put it there. I can smell it though. It smells lovely. I don't need to pulse this because I'm just gonna pulverize it. Okay. And it looks lovely in dark red because half of the oranges were blood oranges. And I might have to do a second round of this because I have still so many oranges. Okay. But now I'm going to find my sieve just somewhere. I heard something happen. So right, oh my god, Ramus! Hello, the Wolf Dog Cave! Oh my goodness, hello, welcome in. Hi, Remus, thank you so much for the raid, and Aeon, hello, and Stirring, and Sylv, thank you for the follow. We're getting so close, we're almost at 500. I'm so excited, I'm ready to do a fancy, fun thing. I'm over here searching for my sieve that I thought I know where it was, and it seems to be nowhere. I don't know, Sylv. Oh no! Fred, rude. No, bad. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Let me go to this for a second. Hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much, Remus, for bringing in your community. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you. I hope your art was great. I was there for a minute. I am almost at 500. Grats, Aeon. You just hit 500. I was actually thinking about messaging you to see if you wanted to do a 500 thing. I have some plans for 500, but I'm sure you have plans too. Anyway. But yes, congrats. I'm almost there. I'm like 2 or 3 away. Very excited.
Aye.
Oh my god, there's a husband. He has
Aye,
virtual reality on. So close. I know, right? He's back there. Thank you for the hype, Aeon. Oh, and Aeon, I'm so excited. I have new emotes by the lovely and amazing Tequila Hiccups. We have some lovely emotes. I know, right? It says... Stirring. Yes, Snug the Cook. Anyway, my name is Warren, or my persona's name is Quake. Here is Quake. There it is. There's Quake. Quake is an earthbender. An earthbending saber-toothed cat. But he also loves to cook. I love to cook. I love seeing you here. Thursday is my day in the kitchen. I am making beef Wellington and a royal galette today. And while it's baking, you got me making some orange marmalade. So welcome in, get cozy. Thank you so much for the raid and for the follows. Hello, Zama. I hope your art turned out great, of course, because it was by Remus. I know it turned out great. It looked adorable while I was there. And welcome in. Thank you again so much. Grab a drink, get cozy. We also have Stream Raiders going if you're into Stream Raiders. Need to say anything else? Oh, for those of you... For those, I talk really fast when I get excited. I need to slow down very, very mindfully. For those of you who are here for the first time, please let me know. Quake is an earthbender, but what kind of bender would you be so I can get you sent to the right dojo and get your training on? If you are not a bender, we can also get you into some regular martial arts training. I'm gonna find a cat. It's not wandering by right now, but... But he's always nearby. He is adorable. He is confused. He was sleeping. Hi, he's a kitty. He is a very big cat. Earth and metal bending. So, Quake is an earthbender. He cannot bend metal. But he can bend mud, which is his specialty. Okay, I need to put the cat down and wash my hands so I can get something out of the oven, because it is beeping at me. Thank you. Oh, and that kitty is Spoiler. He is our tuxedo. We can definitely get you to waterbending school. I need to wash my hands. And that was real good timing for the raid, because I need to move my I'm gonna get this sieving
par.
Got to use my
That's par.
secondary one because I can't find my other one right now.
Maybe you get it up a
Okay, I'm pouring this through. Oh no. Ah! Too much stuff going on right now.
From the tee box. This is slow. This is slow. So as long as you make this last
I'm gonna let this sit for a minute. No! Okay, I can't let it sit for a minute because the pulp is gonna fall through. Because it's too heavy.
Well, if you look at this hole could be an 8 pretty easily. It's like the mini golf hole.
If I had my other
I don't know.
strainer, which is somewhere in this kitchen, which is too crowded, then it would sit so nicely on top of my pot. And I wouldn't have to sit here and do this. I could go do other things while it was straining out. Yes, that is our big boy. That is Spoiler. He is the tuxedo cat. He is large, like 16 pounds. He's just a lump. He's a loaf. He's lovely. He's cute. He's not super cuddly, except when he just wakes up, because he's very confused. We also have another little shadow cat that runs around sometimes, named Hugo. Oh my goodness, Aeon, thank you so much. If y'all don't follow Remus, please follow Remus. I would give him a shout out if my hands were not covered in pulp. Please also give a follow to Aeon. Aeon is a very good bean who was in the food industry, so he has these lovely food tips for me because I was just not in the right state to come up with it. I can barely reach with my short arms my drawer. Oh my goodness. Aeon, you're a genius. Thank you. I appreciate you. My hands are only going to be partially stained by the blood orange. Okay. A towel somewhere. There's a towel. Alright, Aeon is the smartest pup. I'll take a photo soon. Thank you, CL. Yes, CL is doing me lots of favors, reminding me to take photos because I always forget to take progress photos. But there, let me adjust camera, is our Wellington. Woo! We have our fresh puff pastry, or freshly made puff pastry, ready to go. I know, I love it. Yes, I am making marmalade because we have too many oranges right now. It's a mix of oranges, so there's some cara and there's some mandarins in there too. But it's nice and dark red because there are a bunch of blood oranges in there too. Yes, I have those brain cells right now, even though I'm a kitty. Yes, I would heavily recommend. I needed to get the one with the runnels in it because, yeah, I would definitely make more of a mess if I didn't have them. I did make the puff. There's another thing with puff in the oven. It's coming out in another 10 minutes.
Ooh, that looks great. Hi friends, hi chat.
There's the husband. This is Clay. If you know Clay, I know many of you do.
Played the new mini golf course.
He was playing VR mini golf. So if y'all play VR
It's fun.
and want to play mini golf,
It's a new course as a
he
candy
does
course.
like mini golf every day.
No, like 2 or 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a week. Okay.
Blood orange stuff.
Yes. With the good advice from Aeon
What was the advice?
to put the wooden spoon across the pot so I could sit this on it.
Uh-oh.
Because the candle's broken and I couldn't find the other thingy in my hurry. I'm sure Clay will just pop over and find it immediately if he tried. Because that is his MO.
Probably because I put it in the wrong spot.
He probably put it in the wrong spot when he was putting away dishes. Every once in a while, if I'm in the office, he will put away dishes. And I'll come home and he'll be like, "Where's this thing? I don't know where the thing is." Because he's put it in the wrong drawer. I'm always losing my kitchen shears that way. Okay.
Hi, Sylve. Hi, River. History.
Oh, and thank you so much, River, for the follow. Welcome into the Earth Kingdom. Please let us know what sort of bender you would
Hi,
be.
Remus.
I'm guessing water, because you're River Kaylee. But if not, let us know, and we're going to make sure to get you over to the right spot for your bending training. Okay, I'm going to get my lovely juice onto the stove. It also has some lovely bitter notes from the pith, because it is marmalade. And of course, while that is heating up, I'm gonna turn this again. Oop. And all these peels, I'm gonna give a little chop and put these all into the pot with the juice to cook up. And that is not going to be ready on stream because this needs to cook for a couple hours. And then it needs to have sugar added and cook for more time.
You get 500 followers.
Oh, did it get to 500? Oh my goodness, woo!
How do you even see that?
Mod for your partner. Thank you so much for stopping by, Zama. It's so good to see you. Have a lovely rest of your night. And remind me who your partner is, because I'm going to be done in a little bit and looking for someone to raid. So, we always love raiding the good beans. And I've got a few minutes. Water bending. Oh, and thank you so much for the raid, Remus. I really appreciate you. And thank you for helping me get to that 500. I'm very excited to do a 500 special coming up. Thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely night. And a lovely day tomorrow. Yeah, I figured. Waterbending. Oh, Driving Oops is your partner. Awesome. Well, I think that might be an easy raid target. I don't know if I want to use all of these peels. I'm going to put in enough. I'm going to put in peels until it feels like the right amount. But this is a lot. Oh, I remember the discussion the other day about Spoonie Bard. I forget where it was, but someone was having the Spoonie Bard discussion. Oh, Bits! Oh, thank you, husband. Well, I mean, if you do learn to waterbend, I'm sure you could bend River, because you could bend anyone, really, because bloodbending is part of waterbending. But we try not to encourage those things. Pew! Oh my goodness. Thank you for the bit, Teo. It's funny getting bits from the husband because he gets them from his survey rewards mobily. So it's a way to just put the money into the household instead of having to buy apps with it. Which is fun, and of course appreciated. but also a little silly. Okay, there's a timer. Let's get the hands washed again. Oh my goodness! Stirring? Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Hello! Thank you so much for the gift subs. Oh no! He does what now? I need to know. You want bits. Oh! Dark bending. Dark magic. Ooh, fancy. If you have Google Rewards, it's a Android app. You can take surveys. They will send you surveys and you get money from them, and you can use that money on the Twitch app to buy subs and bits. I wouldn't use it to buy subs because it costs $6 instead of $5 to buy a sub through the Twitch app on Android, but I think bits are the same cost. So you can get that free money from the Google Rewards, and then you can use that to buy bits. Amazon, stop. Yes, it's a little hack. But oh my goodness, thank you, Stirring, for those gift subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, and Two Socks and Reno and my husband and Fred and Brittany will be able to use those emotes. Yay! We love it. They're our new emotes. Very excited. Setson had quite the reaction to... Wait, what? Oh, to Spoony Bard. That was the discussion. Okay. I got it. Hi, Turby. Hello. Welcome in. I don't have any of those commands set up, but I do have this lovely hug, which is great. I love how the little YCH has got the smoosh face. So adorable. Okay, I gotta stir this, and I gotta take my other thing out of the oven. I can put a few more things in there. Okay. What am I doing? But welcome in, Turbid. Hello, how are you doing? Happy Thursday. And there is our other puff pastry masterpiece. No, it's not a Wellington.
Oh, you made some kind of a.
This is the Royal Galette.
Oh, that's amazing.
Whew. There's our Royal Galette. Oh my goodness.
Look at those layers.
I'm so glad it puffed up because I used the little I used the food processor to make the rough puff pastry, so I'm glad it worked out. Very excited for that. I suppose that's high five worthy. I don't hate high fives. I just think they need to be earned.
That was earned.
Yes, it was. I earned it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, I know it's bubbly. I can turn it down a little bit. Thank you. And with our leftover puff pastry and frangipane, we just made some little apple tarts. So those are there and ready to go. Hi, Sumu. Welcome in. Can you do some shout-outs, husband? Oh my goodness. Everyone. Sumu and Stir. Maybe not. The Stirring stream? I don't know. Yeah, Sumu and Turbid and who else? And I said it for Aeon, but you could do it for Aeon officially, and for Remus, because he's the one who brought in the raid and these lovely, amazing beans. But holy heck, that's... Oh, I didn't... I still didn't make green beans. I never made the green beans. Ah! Okay. Honestly, the green beans aren't much. I'm going to take some green beans. I'm going to snap off the end of it. Maybe cut them in half. Put them in a pan and fry them up. That's all I need to do for the green beans, and that's going to be my side dish. And then I'm going to carve into that. But, oh, and thank you. Thank you again for the photo. Reminder. Boop. photos for the price of one. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, back to here. Yeah, that's really it. We made our lovely beef Wellington. We made our lovely Galette Royale, Royal Galette, Galette de Roy, some French word, along with the frangipane. And there's probably a French word for puff pastry. I don't know. But I'm sure it'll be delicious. I'm going to find someone to raid. Do. Oh, I am there. Oh, we can help, of course. It is lay pastry. Yes, it is going to be delicious. I'm going to slice it up and serve it very soon. But yeah, I'm just wrapping up. I'm glad I got to see you, Sumo. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, enjoy the new emotes. I got new emotes. But thank you. I'm gonna set the raid. No worries at all. I'm gonna slash raid at Drabby Noops, cause there we go. We've got a raid message. I need to update those raid messages now that I have new emotes that are all nice and fancy. Because also raid 2 probably doesn't work because I changed one of those emotes to I changed one to a bits emote. Use whatever emotes you want. If you have my emotes, please use them. If you don't have them, use whatever other emotes you want. We're gonna go raid Drabby Noops. Please show them some love. The lovely Dark Moon Zama came in with the raid and went to go mod for their partner, Drabby Noops. So we're gonna go pop over there. Please give them some follows because they are real close to 50 and I just got to 500. I'm very excited. And if we can get another lovely bean up to affiliate status, then let's do it. But thank you so much for joining me. Please do make yourself some homemade puff pastry, some beef Wellington, which is I'm very excited for, a royal, can't touch that quite yet. I'm very excited for this royal galette to dig into it with the frangipane and apples, but make them for yourself. Take photos, tag me in them, because I'm sure whatever you make will be delicious and absolutely good enough to eat. I will see you next time, hopefully tomorrow, when we're going to finish up Mercenaries Blaze. Love you all. Thank you so much. Bye.